Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach Larry Beecham, Coach Larry here at Legendary Marketer. Welcome to the Monday night webinar. I like to call it the Legends webinar series. And tonight is a special night. I was able to assemble all of your coaches. And tonight you're going to get a chance to hear from each one of them as we train you on some key things that will help you develop a stronger and more profitable Legendary Marketer business. So first and foremost, if this is your very first webinar, welcome to the webinar. I'm thankful to have you here. If you're brand new to Legendary Marketer 2, welcome to Legendary Marketer. We endeavor to do whatever we can to help you build an incredibly profitable business. If you don't know me, I call myself Coach Larry, but I am also the director of training here at Legendary Marketer. My responsibility is to create and deliver digital content, live events, and real-time support so that those of you that are using Legendary Marketer as a business, you have no reason to go anywhere else because we got it all under the roof right here. That's my mission. That's my vision to help you out. For all my regulars that come all the time, thank you for your continued support of these trainings. I'm greatly appreciative of it. I'm going to introduce the coaches to you here in just a moment. But before I do, I want to do a little housekeeping to kind of give you guys an understanding of how we're going to flow tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube, there is a chat on YouTube that you can type in questions if you have questions, and I'll do my best to get your questions answered tonight. If you're in our Facebook group, you can, of course, post your questions there, and I will see those, and I'll pull those out. I do have several specific questions we're going to ask the coaches tonight, but just know that I've assembled our coaches because you need to meet them, you need to understand their roles, and they're all going to give a contribution tonight on what's going to help you make money here at Legendary Marketer. So that's how we're going to start. Now, let's get into a couple of announcements. I'm going to come back to one in particular that's very, very important. But I'll say it now, and that is our co-op is now open. If you want to participate in our co-op, you can go to buyers.com and you can actually get on the co-op. If you're not familiar with it or not totally sure, don't worry. I'm going to cover that on the front end of tonight's call. But I wanted to let you all know it is open and ready to go. You will get buyers. That's why we call it buyers.com, because our co-op isn't just about hits and leads. You get both of those too, but you are guaranteed 8 to 10 front-end buyers. Why is that important? Well, these coaches I have here are for the back end, and we're going to cover that, but I'll come back to that in just a moment. So get ready tonight to go ahead and lock your spot. We have, I think, 48 or 49 shares already bought, which is a massive number of shares. So we only have a handful left, so make sure you lock on once you clearly understand the benefit. Also, every day at 10 a.m. Eastern, I host a call that we call Wake Up Legendary. It's a 10 a.m. Eastern call. It's 15 minutes long, Monday through Thursday, really. Friday is Free Coaching Friday. That's co-hosted by Steph Perez. Me and Steph get on, and for an hour, we do live Q&A. So you can come out with your questions, get those questions answered. And, of course, we do a tiny little training on something just to kind of get the call off the ground. Now, let me give you the number to log in to Wake Up Legendary every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. The number is 563-999-1286. Again, 563-999-1286. Or if you can't get on the line and you still want to participate by listening any day of the week, you can go to our business page. You can search on Facebook, Legendary Marketer Official, or simply go to the following link, fb.com/Legendary Marketer Official. That's our business page. You can like that page, and then whenever we do the Wake Up Legendary call, it is streamed on that page. While you're there, though, we have several different trainings that are on that page. We have a video playlist of things that I'm adding to all the time that will help you also get some additional training. If you're not familiar with our blog, we have a blog for you blog. What that means is I know that blogging is one of the most powerful ways for you to generate leads, build authority, credibility. However, it's a skill that you have to develop over time. So while you're working to develop that skill, or you just really want to use a pros level skill set to blog, you can go to our main company blog and you can grab the entire blog link itself, the main blog link, which is legendarymarketer.com/blog, or you can get one of the individual articles that are there. But here's my point. I have a video in the Facebook group that teaches you how to use the entire blog or a specific blog post to generate leads and traffic for your business. So in other words, you can use our blog, put your affiliate ID on the back of it, share it out to whoever you want to share it out, run traffic to it, whatever you want to do. Anytime somebody becomes a lead, that's going to be your lead from our corporate blog. It's one of the most advanced technological things that we can offer you, and there's no additional cost for you to be able to do that. I call it the blog for you service. So go in our Facebook group and check out the video where I explain exactly how you can do that. Then, of course, tonight, every Monday night at 9 p.m., we do this training call. It's different every Monday night. 80% of the time, there's a guest speaker. Tonight's no different, although there's about 7 of them. We have invited either within our member base or outside the member base, experts, pros, mentors, coaches to teach you on everything that we believe is necessary for you to generate success. We've had people come on and teach on Facebook Live, Facebook Messenger, YouTube marketing, generating traffic, video production, you name it. If we can think of it or you want it, we're going to bring it to this call, and this is always going to be a free call for you. Well, that's a lot of ground I covered already, so let's go ahead and jump into tonight's training. I want to introduce all of you to our lineup of coaches. Now, I joined Legendary Marketer about 6 or 7 months ago, and I started off as a coach. I've been knowing David Sharp for years, but we've never worked together before. This is the first chance I had to work with David, and I became a coach, and I did what these ladies and gentlemen are doing now. I did it for several months and did it kind of okay, right? Well enough to be asked to come to this level, I guess. I don't know. But nonetheless, these guys and girls are amazing. As a matter of fact, here's the most important thing I want to start off with. When you see in our group people getting congratulated for making $1,000 commissions and above, it's cool that they get congratulated for it, but they actually didn't do any work to do that. Now, when I say that, what I mean is, yes, they may have ran traffic, and yes, they may have gotten a front-end sale, but when it comes down to where the big money is made, it's these ladies and gentlemen that do it. Here's a number that might blow your mind. In the month of, what was last month? February. In the month of February, these coaches together combined to bring 96 $1,000 commissions. 96 $1,000 commissions to somebody within this organization. That's amazing when you think about that many people made at least $1,000. And some of those people were repeat commissions, right? Long story short is they're working very, very hard to help you all generate commissions. Now, before I bring them out, I said I was going to do this because it's important. You guys need to understand this co-op. What is a co-op? Well, David went out and he has secured relationships with vendors who have the knowledge and the skill to go into the marketplace, find everyday people who are looking for a home-based business, get them to commit to Legendary Marketer, and they bring them here and give them to you guys. That's how we can guarantee buyers. The sophisticated details is not that important, but the most important thing you need to hear is this. When you get a share in our co-op, you are guaranteed sales. Not just clicks, not just leads. Both of those are awesome. But when you get a share, you're guaranteed 8 to 10 sales. By the way, when you do get leads, some of those leads will convert later on their own. But you are absolutely guaranteed to get 8 to 10 leads participating in the co-op. Now, some of our members have done that every single time we open the co-op. It happens about every 4 to 6 weeks at this point. So you can go to buyers.com and lock in and get your shares. All right. Now, if you've already gotten the co-op before, it'd be great for you guys to share that either in the Facebook group or on YouTube. I'm in the chat to kind of see what's going on. Uh-oh. Did I mute my thing here? Sorry. All right. So you guys can go to that website, or you can go to the Facebook group. You can also connect with me or any of the coaches to learn more about that. So I want to introduce all the coaches to you guys right now. Then we're going to get into some Q&A. All right. So I'm going to just introduce them one by one from what I see on the screen. And when I introduce you coaches, please unmute yourself and say what's up. Let me start with this gentleman who I actually met at, I think, the first event that I emceed. When I left the coaching responsibilities and started emceeing the events, this gentleman and I met for the first time at one of our local events. He brought his lovely wife and his amazing Gerber-looking baby. When I say Gerber, you know how in a Gerber jar is a cute little baby? His son looks just like the Gerber baby. He's a beautiful little guy. So I want to introduce you all to one of our newer coaches, and he's definitely making things happen, Mr. Andre. Coach Andre, unmute yourself and say what's up, Andre.
Am I live on?
Yes, you are, sir.
What's going on, everybody out there watching? Well, my name is Andre, as Larry just mentioned, and I'm originally from Jamaica, now living in the U.S. And I'm just here to make sure that all the members, go through the process, just like how when I just started, went through the process. Some of you probably don't know, but I was an affiliate and now I'm a coach. So I'm back here, doing the work that I've seen these guys been doing for a long time. So coming back here and realizing, how much time and effort we have to spend with each member. And we want to make sure that each and every member get the same treatment, whether you're just starting off, it's your first time, or you've been online a long time. We just want to make sure that we deliver the legendary value and deliver just a great product. So appreciate being here, man. And let's get rocking.
Awesome. Good stuff. Next up, this gentleman and I actually have only connected like this. Although he lives in the state of Florida, down the block, basically in Orlando, we haven't had a chance to meet him, but he has an incredible pedigree of success as a coach. He's been elsewhere and he decided to come here, I believe, on a referral. I'll let him tell you more about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you all to Coach Andrew. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, Larry, how you doing? And thanks for allowing all of us to get on tonight. I came over actually because of one of the other coaches that you guys will meet. I've been in the industry for a while. My background, and one of the things I love about this is it doesn't matter where you come from originally, what your background is, what you're used to. I mean, I used to clean carpets. I did water damage and mold remediation. I speak Spanish and Portuguese. And so living in Florida, I was always busy and recognized real quick that wasn't going to be what I wanted to do the rest of my life. And, it always took me away from home and I didn't have the time I wanted. And so I got into the industry a few years back. And I mean, if I stayed doing what I was qualified to do, I'd still be cleaning dog pee out of carpets. But I've been able to work from home now for a while, and I, having a business that allows me to travel, that allows me to take care of my family is something that I really enjoy. So I came over because of Mr. Soul Traveler, Bill Thompson, and everything that he had said, very, very high regards for what we have here at Legendary. And that's one of the things that I love. I knew if I was going somewhere, I wanted to make sure that, that the quality was there for those that we work with, and that there was content there that they could take advantage of and really grab a hold of as a newbie or someone that's been around for a while, something that they could learn from, they could use anywhere. Because that's one of the beautiful things about it is really success principles work anywhere. And if you learn it and you get good at it and you listen to, some of the stuff that you put out, Larry, and everything that David does and what we as coaches try and help them understand, they can succeed anywhere they go. And it's one of the things I really love about Legendary. So I'm excited to be here and hopefully we can share some knowledge tonight.
Excellent, my friend. Next up, this gentleman and I actually, he lives in New York, came to Florida for a little while, went back to New York. But when I came on board, he was kind of like Michael Jordan around here. It was like, and I'm not even playing, he was killing it. He was not even close to anybody being in his realm. And he set the bar so high that he was able to attract some really incredible competition within the ranks of the coaches. And it's friendly competition, but it's competition nonetheless. But truly, he is a legendary coach. And I mean that with all sincerity. I want to introduce you all to Coach Anthony. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, Larry. Thank you, man. Happy to be here. Thank you for having let us come in on your night, big legendary night. Yeah, so I forget what the question was or whatever.
Just an intro, man. Just say a couple words and we're going to get started. I know everybody else is giving speeches, so if you want to give a speech, you just want to say a couple words, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I've been here since day one. I think in 2016 when David opened up the group. And the honest story is, luckily my name started with A, so I was the first one in the group. And then ever since that day I was in the group from day one, I kept hitting him up, want to become a coach. And I think he truly just let me become a coach because he wanted me to stop calling him all the time. But I'm happy to be here. I really, look at this panel that we have around. This is what I get to hang around with every day and listen to and learn from. So, and I just believe in my heart with Legendary. That's the best thing online. There's nothing else out there. So with that belief, it just kind of overcomes anything else that's in place. And I'm really looking forward to the future, man. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you, brother. All right, next up, she just popped on the scene right in my, popped onto the screen, I should say. This next young lady, to me, has one of the greater stories as a coach because she started off as support to the coaches. She was actually the one that helped us help you guys. She was the one making sure appointments were set up. If there was a follow-up that needed to happen, she was the one doing it. And then one day she showed up as a coach and it's like, okay, whatever. And next thing you know, she's becoming one of our top coaches. So, ladies and gentlemen, the ladies represent. Our first lady to represent is Coach Denise. Denise, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I was making some calls, closing some sales. So I just appreciate everybody here. I'm excited to, be a coach and be a part of this. I've been doing this for the last 6 months now. So I learned from every single one of you guys. So I'm just excited to be part of this community and help everybody here.
All right, love it. Next up, this young lady and I, well, she knew me before I knew her. She came to me at an event and said I was one of the first people, if not the first person she saw online, or my voice. I forget how she put it, but it was cool because we saw each other face to face as an event. And she is the author, for those of you that own this course, she's the author of our course called The Invisible Influencer. She is one of the smartest people when it comes to building what I like to call a stealth Facebook page, which means your face is not branded, but she has an incredible skill set when it comes to business pages. And around here, we call her the queen. I want to introduce all of you to Queen Coach Rosala. What's up, Rosala?
You always know how to make me blush. I mean, so inappropriate. Hey, everyone. This is just the most amazing community. Everyone on this panel, everyone out there watching, you guys, this is probably the most amazing community I've ever been a part of. And I'm just so excited to be a part of this. So you were the very first voice I ever heard online. So it's amazing how life it goes full circle. So it's just beautiful.
That's awesome. That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
It was in 2011.
Yeah, I got online in 2009. Wow.
Crazy.
Awesome. All right, next up, this gentleman and I just met for the first time at our last event, but I do believe that he is family to one of our other coaches, and he came on the scene. I don't know if he ever did this before, and the next thing you know, he's knocked Anthony off of his throne, literally, get out of here, Anthony. Give me my throne. But anyway, this guy's killing it. And matter of fact, he is one of the top 2 most supportive coaches when it comes to the content. This is not to throw shade on any of the other coaches, but as you know, some people latch onto some things more than others. And this gentleman is always hitting me up privately, wanting to know what more can he do to support you guys through my effort. So I want to give a shout out to this gentleman and also introduce him to you all for the first time. Coach Rod, what's up, brother?
Thank you, Larry. Thank you for the introduction. But hey, everybody. And thank you for that. Now Anthony's going to be after me now. I'm seeing that. I see that grin on his face there. I get, when I have calls here, I get really excited on the calls because people start getting excited. I start getting excited because, just like the other coaches say, we really do love it here. And we really all get along so well. And it's so amazing to coach here because we really do talk to a lot of people that really, that really do need our help and are very thankful for our help and come back and say, we just got our first commission. Very excited. And that's what fuels me, is just to know that how much support you actually have here from other things I've seen in the past. It is insane. It is night and day. What Larry does here is more than I've ever seen anyone do. That's why I get so excited in his content and I get so involved with it, because it really, truly is amazing what you have available here at your disposal to really use as tools that Larry has created. And as far as, inspiration for content, not to mention, and as far as what's helpful for you with your business, or whether you're focused on the affiliate side of things here. So whether you're here for the education or whether you're here for, to make some income, or whether you're here for both, you have all this content here available for you. So that's why I really love coaching here. I love all the other people here and I love all the members, and I'm here for you guys. So that's my speech. Thank you, Larry.
Awesome, brother. No problem. Next up, this gentleman and I see each other on a regular basis because he decided to relocate from somewhere in Florida to St. Petersburg, Florida. I forget where, but he came and visited the corporate office to make sure we were real. From my understanding, that was the story behind him coming to visit. And then at some point, he made a commitment to come on board, and he is always crushing it. He likes to call himself the Puerto Rican Denzel, so I'll give him that. You all be the judge. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Ricardo.
Hey, Larry, thanks, man. Appreciate it. No, yeah, from Miami, Florida. We was doing coaching for the past 15 years, coaching individuals in the network marketing space. So what I do here at the corporate office in Legendary Marketer is I was doing it at home, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I spent some time with Dave and just evaluated the company. And I knew Dave. We met 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But I just wanted to see where I fit in his world, right? And I just wanted to just be surrounded by success. That's all. And so we made the move to be here. And I love this program because it really truly changes lives. And one of my mottos is we care more about your family than you do. And I always say that to people. I care more about your family than you. And then people start realizing that when I make myself available to help them, to provide value, to provide the support that they need. And it's the truth. So, I'm very blessed to be here. And these guys, this panel here, literally in the past, since I started, humbled me and put me back on grounded me, because the way you guys do your stuff, and I learned a lot from you guys. It's just awesome, which makes me better to provide more value to the client. So glad to be here, man. Thanks.
All right. And last but not least, this gentleman started off as a level 1 coach, which is what you just heard from. These are the people that are the front line of making the commissions. However, we have another tier of coaches who some may not even know. We have a gentleman over the pond, as they say. He is not here tonight. That's Andy. Shout out to Andy. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have the opportunity to have one of our other level 2 coaches here. This gentleman and I met. He lives here also in Florida, and we see each other on semi-regular basis. But when it comes to a positive energy, a brother that really loves you, that connects. I mean, when I first met him, I said this. He has this energy. Some people just have that energy. Just like, man, every time I get around this guy, I just feel good. We didn't even have to really conversate, and that's true to him. And I think all the coaches would agree. This guy is the nicest guy that you'll ever meet, but he is a beast when it comes to helping you guys out. And because of that, he has stepped up to level 2, which is where you get into those huge commissions. You're talking about this guy's the one for those of you that want to get to that $12,000 commission, that one $12,000 pop. This guy is on the front line of getting that commission. And I'm so grateful that he had time tonight to join us. So ladies and gentlemen, level 2 coach, the one and only Coach Bill. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? How are you, man? How are you?
Awesome.
Good. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate it. And there's no time that I won't put aside for this. This is something extremely beautiful what Dave has put together here. And most importantly, like everybody has said, this is more of a family here. So, not only do we want to make sure that you guys have success in your business, that's most important, but we really want to help you tap into these places of passion. That's what I tell everybody that I speak to is that, when you can monetize your place of passion, really, really, really earn an income inside that place that just truly sets your soul on fire, that right there is the most powerful thing that you can ever experience. So our main focus as coaches is to essentially just make sure that your foundation is rock solid. I'm sure we'll touch on this a lot tonight, but we want to make sure that your foundation is as solid as a rock before you start engulfing yourself in your execution, because the whole plan behind everything in life, whether it be your house, your relationships, your business, your anything in life, you have to have a solid foundation. If you're forcing something, that essentially will turn into destruction, or chaos at least, and give you an uphill battle. So we want to make sure that we give you guys the most beautiful and elegant approach for you to understand the value of everything, the education behind everything. Of course, the compensation plan is beautiful, but what we have within here inside an educational purpose, inside our events, inside our community, internally and externally, it's a beautiful thing, guys. So we appreciate every last one of you that are watching this. If you're here watching this, obviously you want to make a shift and a powerful change in your life. And I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart and from personal experience, me being a walking testimony of this right here. You're in a beautiful place, guys. So thanks for having me here, Larry.
Awesome. And Bill's responsible for 2 coaches, Coach Rod and Coach Andrew, from my understanding. So, he's practicing what he's preaching. He wouldn't be bringing people over here if we weren't legit. With that being said, let's get into tonight's training. So I have 6 core questions I want to ask each of you coaches, and I don't expect all of you to answer every question. We'll be here all night, but I know a couple of these questions will touch you. So let's start off with what I consider to be one of the most common misconceptions about our system that I want you coaches to address, and that's the unlocking of the videos, all right? So what is the purpose of locking the videos, and why do you think people feel stressed that they have to quote unquote wait? What is the wisdom behind why the process is set up that way and how you guys partner with that process? So who wants to tackle this question? I expect a couple of you to knock this one out. You can just unmute and start talking.
Well, I hit up first.
Go ahead, Ricardo. You go first, then you, Rod.
Well, the purpose of for unlocking the videos, we do it 2 at a time. I think the first one is already open, and then 2 and 3 I open up after we speak to the client, right? And it's better that way because you actually you want to build a relationship. It's not just join this company, we take your money and that's it, right? And everything is left up to you. A lot of programs out there, that's how it is. You just simply join, and here's the videos you do on your own. You can't talk to anybody. You're not sure where you're going. You're confused. It's a lot of information. Normally, they give you too much information, but unlocking the videos 2 at a time. You talk to us. We engage in conversation, get to know them more. They get to know us more. They get to know the program better. They know where they're at. You don't get lost. You're not confused of what to do next, right? And it's not overwhelming. It becomes a great experience going through those. I went through those videos 1 at a time, and it's just amazing the way it moves somebody from one point to the next, and everything just connects and makes sense, because you can't go to 6 without going through starting from the beginning. You can't do 6 without doing 5. It just doesn't make sense if you go. It's like going to college and you never went to high school. It's just, you know, you just jumping all over the place. It's just we want to take you baby steps, because number one, a lot of people join this program, they're not educated on how to do online marketing. Number one, they never built an online business before. Most people haven't. So this is for the first time. They're just learning. Then even the terminology, they don't understand. So when you get on the phone with someone after they watch the video, you can explain some of the terminology, what it means. And it's more helpful for them. And that's why I love it, because it makes it simple. Anybody can succeed because it's designed that way. The way David has it set up, it's designed for anyone to do extremely well.
Excellent. Coach Rod, what you got?
Basically what Ricardo said, just kind of want to dive into a little bit more from what my end is. And I know that I see a lot of people very eager to get through the steps, which is not a bad thing. It's a lot of people are eager to get to that money-making stage where you're making money as quickly as possible. But what I learned very quickly is you have to solidify your foundation. I mean, we're sitting here with the guy that actually taught me affiliate marketing when I first started, Bill, who's actually my fiance's cousin, he solidified my foundation on the what. And that's what these steps are, is what the company is, what the products are, what you do, what we do. All that's going to be made clear in these steps. And that's why it's so important to go through that. It's like going into a classroom, a college class, and on the first day being like, I don't want to go to any classes. I want to take the final exam and I want to get ready to go. It's like you have to sit back and go through the information in a process so you're not getting that information overload. And on my second call, I like to go over steps, the steps more in depth and how it ties into this. And a lot of things that I like to go over personally with everybody to make things just even more clear. So those steps prior to these steps, or those calls prior to these steps being unlocked, is very important for me to ensure that everybody gets the same exact knowledge and everyone has that fighting chance to be successful here. So it's definitely, if people are eager to get to the money-making part, but you have to solidify your foundation on the knowledge of what the company is before anything. So there we go.
Excellent. Who else wants to answer? Go ahead, Andrew.
I think part of it, Larry, is, you said it in a quick little video today in the Facebook group. Sometimes you got to put yourself aside if you want to succeed. And one thing we want to make sure that you guys understand as new members as you come on, we understand the excitement that, you're signed up, you're ready, you just watched some videos, you just paid some money. Man, let me get going. I want to get myself making money right away. And we want to help you get there as soon as possible. But like these guys have said, it's all about having that solid foundation. We want to help you have, one of the sayings that I throw out all the time when I'm working with people is macro patience and micro speed. You have to have long-term patience. So, long-term goal, and keep that in mind, because if it takes you an extra day or 2 or 3 days to get through a couple of steps, in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make a big difference, right? We want you to learn the skills, understand what's going on, really understand the why as well as the how, and be able to then apply that so you can be successful and build a business for yourself for years to come, right? Like if you rush out, you get 2 leads in the next week, a year from now, that's not going to make a big deal. But if you're willing to work with us as coaches, I mean, Dave's done this, and, Larry, again, you said it in one of the other videos, but I mean, generated now 200 million or so in revenue. You've generated, and we've been doing this now for a while, and I've been working from home for a few years. I think there's something that we can add to your experience as you're going through this to help you understand what it takes to be successful. And a lot of times people say, well, I've studied all this stuff before, and I'm fine. I can just get through it. Well, if you've studied it before and you've tried 2 or 3 or a dozen other things and it hasn't worked, well, then maybe there's a reason, and maybe we should talk about it and find it, figure it out what's going on so that you can overcome that and you can succeed long-term with it. So we know you guys want to get started. There's a reason it's there. There's a number of reasons, and we want to keep you moving as much as possible. We're all pretty available, whether on Skype or whatever. I know Ricardo's available really just about any time of the day. We want to help you guys too. Understand that. There's just an order to it.
Excellent. Any other coaches want to contribute to the conversation here? Because this is a very, very important subject. Anybody else? Because I'm going to say a couple things if you don't. Okay. And if you want to jump in, that's fine. Let me say this. I want you guys to write this down because Andrew just said it. I want you to write down these numbers. All right. 170 million. That's a number. I want you to write down 300,000. And I want you to write down the number 12. Okay. 170 million. That's a number. 300,000. And then finally 12. Now, what does that mean? This is essentially me saying to you in numbers form, I know what's good for you. I know what's good for you as an internet marketer. 170 million represents the amount of commissions that David Sharp has been able to help generate. 170 million commissions, dollars in commissions people earn. 300,000 is the number of people that have crossed David Sharp's path on the wake to the 170 million. And that 12 is the last number that I counted that he had made millionaires. All right, now, pull out a piece of paper and write down what your numbers are next to that. How many commissions have you earned to this point? How many dollars in commissions? How many people have you actually helped mentor? And how many millionaires have you generated? Now, that's pretty straightforward and right in your face. That's just kind of my style. But the reason I say I know what's good for you is because it would be no different if you were in a medical emergency. If you walk into the emergency room and the doctor says, I know what's good for you, you'd be like, okay. If your car blows up on the side of the highway and a mechanic rolls up and says, I know what's good for you to get you off this road, you'd be like, okay. So why is it any different that we know what we're doing and we say that and you go, oh, no. Unlock all my videos. I want to treat this like Netflix. I want to binge. We're not keeping anything from you. Well, actually, we are keeping some stuff from you. We're keeping failure from you. We're keeping frustration from you. We're keeping going too fast from you. We're keeping wasted time, energy, and money from you. Yeah, we're keeping a couple things from you, but it's not what you think. And this is why I started here, because everybody starts here and a lot of people get this mixed up. So I wanted to make this point. The people making the most money at Legendary go through this process. It's just that simple. If you want to make a little bit of money, if you want to kind of play with the money, all right, then maybe you just have to hit support and tell them unlock all your videos and damn your coach. Okay? I'm just telling you, we want you to win. We're not like any other system like Ricardo said. We have a process that we're constantly perfecting. And right now, based upon what we have collected in real-time data from bodies and dollars, this is the best way for you to make the most amount of money. If you don't want to make the most amount of money and the least amount of effort and burnt time, energy, and money, all right, then I don't know what to tell you. You may want to just, I don't know. All right, that's all I wanted to add to that as a coach. Ricardo, you want to add a little more?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that a lot of people confuse activity with productivity. So they want to go through all these videos right away. You think you're being productive. That's not being productive because you're not retaining anything. By taking your time, discussing and then moving forward, you actually getting that retention in your head. You understand what you're doing. That's being productive with your education. You get it, right? Before you move on and start implementing. So that's what I wanted to add. Excellent.
All right, before we move on to the next question, any of the coaches want to add anything at all? You can just throw your finger up or unmute. If not, you're going to go on to the next question. All right, looks like we're good. Next question. All right, what makes a successful coaching mentee? Now, all of you talk to a lot of people every day, but what do you see as the makeup of somebody who is truly going to be successful at Legendary Marketer? Who wants to tackle that one? Okay, Denise, let's go ahead.
One of the biggest things that I've noticed of people succeed and who don't, they don't follow directions. That's one of the biggest things, you know, especially, you know, when I coach my clients is, you know, I let them know, like, you know, every single direction. I send them a welcome guide and things like that. And, you know, when I ask them like, hey, have you gone through that? They haven't, or, you know, they don't take notes or, you know, things like that. Those are really, really crucial, you know, making sure that you remain coachable and follow instructions. That's the path to success, you know, just like, you know, everybody's mentioned here, we all been through it, you know, and we're trying to cut that learning curve behind and cut that failure, like you mentioned, Larry. So I think that's one of the biggest things, follow instructions and follow through and be ready for the calls.
Excellent. Great answer. And Rod, I saw you throw your finger up. What you got, brother?
Basically what Denise says, she kind of beat me to it, but I notice a lot of people will in the excitement of things, maybe not on purpose or maybe on purpose, I don't know, but will skim through things, you know, and I noticed that the people that I coach that do very well, I'll hear their notebook. I don't know if the other coaches will hear this, but you'll hear them flipping pages in the background and you know, okay, this is a good, I like this person because you know that they're writing down notes because I like it when we have that 10-minute call. I mean, you'll be surprised on how much I can get in a 10-minute call. I mean, by the time you go into that call and by the time we get out of it, you're going to be a new person. So when you take those notes and you really, like what Ricardo just said, I love that retention, retaining the information, taking those notes. When I hear you flipping pages, I get excited. So get your binders out, you know, get everything ready. When you get on that call, you know, be ready for it. Like if a certain time is when you're in the car on the phone, maybe try to do a call the next day. It's worth going the next day over to be when you're ready at your computer and then have your notebook and we can really dive in. And I mean, I'll use this whiteboard if I have to, you know, so we can really dive in. So definitely make sure to really absorb the information in these steps and don't take any second for granted. I mean, I've seen these steps about 4 times now. And on the 4th time, I'll see something in minute 2 that David will say, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I never heard that. And I never thought of it like that. So really retain this information and make sure to take notes. My biggest thing is just take notes. And when these calls come, I mean, definitely let's drill and focus for 10 minutes and make the most of those calls. So that's my 2 cents, Larry.
Excellent. Who else wants to contribute? I see hands going up. Rosala, let me hear you. What you got?
Yeah, outside of what everyone just said, I always like to tell people it's all about consistency and patience. You know, our steps are simple. We're not really reinventing the wheel. We're delivering it a little bit differently or with our flavor. But it's all about consistency. A lot of people I speak to have a full-time job or something on the side that's the majority of their time is being taken up with. I always tell them, like, can you be consistent? Can you do this on the side of whatever you're doing? Because like that's my story. I had a full-time job and I just had to be consistent and then patient. You know, we are so excited. You know, we are like, oh my God, I'm ready to do this. But we forget that creating a business doesn't happen overnight. You know, we're not a get-rich-quick scheme. We're here for the long haul. And I ask people right off the bat, like, can you be consistent? Can you be patient?
Fair enough. Hey, Bill, I see you unmuted, brother. You got something you want to contribute?
Oh yeah, man. So, you know, when it comes to a good mentee, to me, like everybody said, notes is super key. When I know that somebody's taking notes, it makes me very excited as well too, because I know that you, as somebody that's looking to be coached, is serious about this. Also, when somebody's mindset is on point, and I tell everybody this every time I get on the phone, everything that you touch, you've got to know that you're going to turn it to gold. everything, you know what I mean? And that's when I have people with just an upbeat mindset. The excitement's a beautiful thing, no, but just don't let the excitement make you jump the gun. You know, always know when to pump your brakes, and you know, like everybody said, take notes, stay focused, keep your eye on the prize, but make sure the application process is laid out just the way we have it for you guys. So that's what I got on that one, man.
Excellent. Andrew and Ricardo, I think both wanted to say something. Andrew, what you got?
Well, I think part of mine might flow into your next question, but it goes with, you know, the notes is, as you guys are taking it, you know, these steps, and we've said it over and over, but the value of the content that's there and in Facebook and being patient and everything else, but there's a lot there. And there's this weird habit that we have in society now. We consume so much information all the time that we think that we're retaining it. And it goes to what Ricardo was saying. We don't a lot of times. You know, you're watching YouTube and Facebook and everything else and scrolling. And a lot of times I can tell when someone is treating the steps the same way they are, like you mentioned, Netflix. And then other times when they watch it and then they're taking notes and they're thinking, and you're thinking outside of just a generic answer. So when we get on a call and I say, okay, so let's talk about what you learned here. Or when I ask for notes to be sent to me ahead of time, it's not just, oh yeah, I learned a lot. Oh, those were great. Okay, well, what was great? The more specific that you are when you're working with your coach, the more success you're going to have. The more clarity that you can bring to everything that you're doing, the more success you're going to have. The more clarity you can bring to your goals. That's one of those things that, you know, is clarity in your vision is huge. And understanding that this is a new opportunity, that you're looking to change your future. So don't compare everything you've been through to what you're going through now. You know, failures that you have in the past aren't necessarily a failure now. You know what I mean? It's like you get into a new relationship. You hope that the new person you're dating isn't blaming you for stuff that their ex did, right? So we're here to teach you a new and, you know, these principles that you can take forward. So
excellent. Ricardo, you got a couple thoughts, bro?
Yeah, really quick. A good mentee is coming in with the right mindset. Be embracing direction from someone else they just met. You know, that is key. A lot of sometimes you get someone that just say, hey, I don't have time to be calling you every day. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. You know, and you just got to step back and say, listen, how everything you have been doing without time, how far, you know, are you happy where you're at? So don't you think you want to change and just slow down for a minute and start listening, right? And just that is key. But that takes a real mindset, somebody to humble themselves, get themselves out of the way and say, you know what, let me just listen, let me just follow. And when that happens, it's magic. Every sale that was made in the builder show, on my end anyway, it was the right, it all comes down to the right mindset. This is what they want. They embrace their responsibility to accept direction from someone else, because they know they came in looking for a better way. Well, they just found it. Now it's time for you to make that decision. There's no time to think about it. That takes a specific mindset. So that's a good mentee to coach, that they come in with the right mindset.
I love it. That was good. Anybody else want to contribute before we move on to the next question? Okay. Hey, now, of you coaches, if I can get a raise of hands, how many of you were Legendary Marketer affiliates before becoming a coach? Raise your hand. Okay, so I'm going to start this question off with you two, because you guys were both affiliates. So here's the question. Let me pull it back up here. Having been an affiliate and then now becoming a coach, what would you do differently as an affiliate, knowing what you know now about Legendary Marketer? Okay, so you got both sides now. If you could take this knowledge and go back to the beginning, knowing what you know now, what would you have done differently as an affiliate, or what do you recommend people do right now, knowing what you know? Andre.
I'll start with this one. So being an affiliate and a coach, because I used to stay up late, right? That's me. I don't know about anybody else. When some people talk about, you know, they have other things to do, like I push to the limit. Like I would push harder now being a coach than I was before. And everybody know how I am, right? I go all out. So consistency is the biggest thing. And that's what most people lack. That's why you see other people are doing way better than the others, right? Because they're consistent. Some people, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, they'll probably post some ads and they don't get a lead, and they're like, oh my goodness, you know what? This is not working out. Like, so what? Just keep posting ads, right? Just keep going. Keep doing it, consistency. And if you're gonna do a video every day, you better do a video every day. You have to remain consistent. If you're gonna post an ad every day at 9 o'clock, you better make sure as the clock strikes 8:59, you got your ads ready to post. So that's what most people do. They're like, they start to do something and they don't see any momentum. They don't see anything, and they say, you know what, this ain't working. They bought some leads. They don't get sales. Oh my goodness, I just bought 150 leads. No, why I didn't get a sale? You know, like this thing ain't working. Like, you got to look at this like a longevity. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. Budget yourself. Think ahead. Think 2, 3 years or 4 years from now. Where do you see yourself? You know, a year ago when I was struggling, Anthony knows. I'm on the phone with Anthony every single day. I'm like, bro, like, something's got to turn. And Anthony told me every single day, he's like, man, don't worry, bro. It's going to come. So that's when I know that to be consistent and just keep pushing, you know, because I know it's going to work. It's going to work. But the minute you slow down, your pot of gold is drifting away from you. You just got to keep going. That's all I got to say. Just keep pushing.
This stuff, brother. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. Man, that was great. Rosala, former affiliate, now coach. What would you do differently now that you know what you know about a legendary marketer?
Probably like just focusing on one thing. And I think, you know, when you get to a certain level, you think everyone hears there's multiple streams of income. You know, everyone's like, oh yeah, let's get that. And I was at a certain level and I was like, I was splitting my time up. And when I look back at my numbers, when I started as an affiliate, as far as like how much actual profit I made as an affiliate versus how much time I put into it, it was so much less versus what I was doing before. And that's why I made the switch over to a legendary marketer as like a coach and an affiliate. I mean, as advice for people who are just getting started, I oftentimes tell people, like, kind of like what Andre said, like, this is a marathon. Like, I tell people all the time, like, my Facebook fan pages, like, my largest is 700,000, but I literally built that in 6 months with a $5 a day budget. And all I did was just like focus on just getting people to follow, like just getting people to follow it. And you can do that with a Facebook group. You can do that with Instagram. Just focus on something small and just keep building it. And then when you get that Instagram or that Facebook group or the Facebook page to a certain level, then you can say, okay, now I'm gonna try to get people on the email list. And you just focus on one thing. So just staying focused, as of right now, it's staying focused. That's my goal as a marketer. And for everyone else, it's the same thing. Stay focused on one thing. Don't worry about the money. It will come.
Well, you know, one thing you said, I want to get all of you coaches to kind of help me out with right now. This is a little bonus question. All I want you to do is raise your hand if this applies to you, okay? Because I think that people need to know this. We are a company of integrity, and I know everybody here is going to answer honestly, all right? Here's the question. How many of you coaches, whether you are in some other opportunity or legendary marketer or anything at all online, that you actually spent money on ads or marketing and got not a damn thing for it? Raise your hand. Well, looky there, okay? I think everybody's hand went up, right? Did your hand go up? I think Bill's hand went up. Okay, I blinked and you must have pulled it right back down. Okay, all right. So how many of you put out effort in terms of some type of a free strategy? You didn't spend any money, but you went into a back office, you trained on the material, you knew the training was legit, the coach that was training and the material was legit, and you didn't get the result you thought you would get. Raise your hand. Dang, did everybody raise their hand again? Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to prove to you guys is welcome to owning a business. There's nothing that you're going through that none of us went through. Let me add a third question. How many of you wanted to go faster than you were going and realize later that you should have slowed the hell down. I could ask 10 more questions. We all raise our hand. And the point is, you're not on a journey that nobody else has traveled. What you are witnessing, though, is those of us that got a Larry Beecham, a Andre, a Andrew, a Anthony, a Denise, a Rosala, a Rod, a Ricardo, or a Bill at some point in our life told us, hey, I know where you're at. I've been there. Here's what you need to do. And if you leave this freaking webinar still whining and complaining about not getting a result, then I don't know what to tell you. Because you're not going to get there without going through what we went through. As a matter of fact, we'd be kind of pissed if you were able to sidestep all the crap we had to go through just to get your success. All right? We'd be mad at that, quite frankly. And then we turn around and ask you how you did it, but we know it can't be done. All right? So I just want you to understand you're in good company. If David Sharp himself was on this webinar, Mr. $170 million commissions, and I asked him that question, he would have went like this. Even David, nobody's immune. Nobody's immune. All right? So let's keep it moving. Let me ask another question. Let me get to my questions here. By the way, Coach, if there are additional comments you want to make on anything, let me know. Okay.
Larry, can I, as you're looking for a question, I just, when I first started doing something online, I spent a few $1,000s having someone build a website, and I spent about $1,300 paying someone for traffic, right? I got 1,500 people to the website that we had built, and I earned a grand total of $43 in revenue after spending a lot. And if I had quit at that time, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have been able to do what I've been able to do. And I think two of the key things, and you mentioned one, was I had a mentor. I had someone that helped me, and he just said, Andrew, you can do this. You can absolutely kill it. You just can't quit. Just keep going. Just keep going. But the only thing that helped me do that was understanding why I was doing it. Like, I knew for me, and everybody's different. Everybody talks about, I want financial success and I want to be free and I want to achieve this and I want my life to be better. And we all kind of say that, but unless you know specifically what you want, you're never going to get there, right? Because otherwise you just keep spinning. And that's why people quit all the time, because they never figured out what in the hell they really, really, really want. And so for me, it's my kids and it's this, and it's taking care of my mom, and it's the opportunity to travel and live my life on my terms. Everybody's got a different way that they want to live, but until you figure that out, because one of the wonderful things about being clear with your goals is when you're struggling, it helps you push through. And when you're having success, it helps you keep going so that you don't just let your foot off the gas and just try coasting. And so one of the things that we as coaches try and emphasize, and one of the reasons the steps are set up the way they are, and Ricardo talked a lot about the mindset. Anyone can develop the mindset. Anyone can figure out what they want. But if you can do those things, we can teach you how to do whatever else it is that needs to get done. But you got to get those two things in. So
that was such an awesome nugget. One thing you said at the end, I want to kind of emphasize. One of the things that you hear people say is when you ask them what it is that they want, and they start rattling off things, here's how you know if that's true or not. And Andrew just said it, when it gets tough. When you really want something bad enough, the toughness of trying to get it won't matter. So I remember my mom back many, many years ago. My mom wanted to quit smoking, right? And she tried the patch. She tried the gum. She tried something else. I think she might have tried shock therapy. Not sure what it was, right? But she kept saying that she wanted to quit smoking, but nothing seemed to be, she never stuck to much of anything at all to quit smoking. Why do you want to quit smoking? Oh, I want to be healthier. I want to blah, 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 right? But then my mom got a diagnosis. You know what that diagnosis was? Small cell lung cancer. Now, my mother went from all of these external things she was trying to do to one simple sentence: I want to live. And the battle to live was not was a strong battle, but she fought that battle every single day for 2 years before she passed away. But it wasn't until something became a true goal that she gave it her all. And a lot of you that say you want something, how you'll know if it's a really legit goal is when it gets tough. If you run an ad and you get no traffic, you get no leads, and you start waffling, The thing that you say you wanted, like the car, the house, the bank account, the things for your kids, it may be something you want, but it ain't strong enough. There's got to be something deeper. It's got to be something deeper that you find. You may not find it on the end of this call, but I'm telling you, it's the number one thing that keeps the people that are the top producers, for real, going and going beyond. If you knew David Sharpe like I knew, you'd know it really isn't about money for David, because he has money. All right. But it was never really about that to begin with. Yes, he started at a certain point. He has some things that you probably want right now. But my point is, he had to get to a place where the thing that he really wanted meant more to him than anything else. It caused him to lose sleep over. It caused him to lose his fear of whatever, fear of people, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of loud noises. Who knows? People have fears. But when that thing is big enough, let me clean that up. I'm gonna give it to you like my mentor Benita gave it to me back in '99, I think it was. She said, always gonna have challenges and you're always gonna have dreams. And she said, the mountain of challenges that you face, if your dream is not high enough, you won't be able to see past the mountain of challenges. It'll be behind the mountain of challenges. And I won't be able to see it. And so because my vision is blocked from the thing, I'm most likely gonna quit. She said, but if that dream is big enough and it's high enough up, it can be higher than the mountain of challenges and you'll always be able to keep your eye on that thing. And for most people, when they really analyze what that thing is, it's not a big car, because when it gets tough, the car you got is just fine. For most people, when they talk about a big house, it's not the big house, because the house you got is just fine. You'll find yourself making reasons why that's okay. But it's got to be something bigger than that. It's got to be something that Will Smith said it this way. You want to have something so big that it's impossible for you to get it unless you change into the person that can get it. The guy or girl you are right now is impossible for that guy or girl to get it. You got to transform. You got to go from from caterpillar to butterfly for that to even be possible. And that could be $100 online. And I'm not talking about millions. Some of you have never made a red cent. You jump from thing to thing to thing to thing. You just need to change enough to get a $100 commission. You need to change just enough to get a $1,000 commission from one of these coaches. You got to change enough to get a consistent paycheck online. Even if it's $100 consistently, if you get $100 of consistent income online, you have just blew past 90+% of the market. Blew right past them. $100 a month consistently, whether you get out of bed or not. You were able to do that. That is a radical transformation of who you are as a woman or a man listening to me tonight. And I know the coaches would agree, it's about transformation, but it's about being diligent enough in the transformation process so that you can get some results. And let me say this, and I'm gonna get on to the next question. I remember talking to a guy who was a barber fitness trainer. Like, he's cutting hair, but you can see in his muscles, that's what he did. That was his passion. And I used to walk in the barbershop all the time and see this guy. And then one day I said to him, hey man, look, if I decided to hire you to help me out, and I want to get rid of the gut, get a little muscle back, how long would it take before I could see some results from what you would train me to do? He said, if you do what I teach you to do and you don't cheat, you do it as I said, he said it'd be 4 to 6 months before you see results. All right. Now, here's what I need you to hear. He didn't say it'll be 4 to 6 months before I get results. He said it'll be 4 to 6 months before I see results. I'm going to get results from day one that I can't see. And the result that I may have needed to get is the result of resilience, the result of perseverance, the result of pushing past the pain of my muscles being sore. Okay? The result of being consistent. That's the result that I won't see manifest in the body, but I'm getting a result that I'm going to see with my eyes 4 to 6 months down the road. And what you got to learn about marketing is the same. You're going to get results the moment you take action. You just won't see the result that you want because there's other results that are prerequisite results that you got to have in front of it. You got to do what you got to have what Iyanla Vanzant would call your own spiritual curriculum. You have handed to you in the success path that you want to have. There's a curriculum that is handed to you that you got to go through. It's different for everybody. Somebody that might get a sale today, put it in our Facebook group. Oh, I've been doing this a day and look, I got a sale. and you start comparing yourself to that person. Well, they may not get a sale for 6 months after that because they haven't understood it's not about quick results. It's about the total transformation of the person into an entrepreneur that can sustain a business. And Andrew said it best. What did you say? Macro, something, micro, something. Say that again. Say that again. Unmute yourself. I see your lips move.
It's macro patience and micro speed. And sometimes people come in and you need to balance out. There's something else I say. You need to balance out desperation and determination. People sometimes are so desperate to like now, you know. And if that's the way you go about it, your business is going to fail. You may luck into a sale or two, and we'll see that sometimes, like you said. But then if you're not determined long term and you don't have that macro patience, you're never going to get there. So
you got to listen to that. You got to balance out desperation with determination. I'm done.
Dude, I wrote that down. I was like, oh, that's good. That's so good.
I'm out. I don't know what else to say. That is tomorrow. That's gonna be the wake up call, bro. Trust me. That tomorrow, that's the wake up call. I'm doing it.
Let me know. We'll hop on.
You can come and co-host, or that's the wake up call tomorrow, bro. I love it. That is so good. All right, so we're coming to the end of tonight. You guys had answered a couple of questions, kind of in like a combination setting. So there's a couple other things I want to do. One thing I want to get you guys' input on the co-op. Why do you recommend if somebody wants to look at the co-op, do the co-op if they've not done it before? Why would you recommend that they go ahead and invest in a co-op? And how do you see that helping you to help them get to where they want to go? Who wants to answer that? Go ahead, Ricardo.
Yeah, I've been in this industry over 20 years. I never seen or heard anyone say that you get guaranteed buyers on a co-op. I never heard that in my life. And I've been around a lot of pretty successful up there people that do this type of thing. And I never heard that. So when I first came to the corporate office to meet Dave and talk about, you know, having a position here, he told me, we were sitting down drinking coffee, and I said, so what's up with the co-op, Dave? Like, he said, how many leads does the client get? And Dave said, leads? You get buyers. I said, what do you mean? He said, you get 8 to 10 buyers. I said, guaranteed? He said, you guarantee 8 to 10 buyers? He's like, yeah. And that stayed with me, and I didn't ask him about it again after that. Then after I got started with the company full-time, made the transition, we relocated, I still felt uncomfortable telling our clients, you get 8 to 10 buyers. I didn't feel it. So I said, you know, after 2 weeks, I said, nah, this is bothering me. I hate it. I hate the way I felt. I said, I went into Dave's office. I said, Dave, is it really 8? I don't feel good. Is it 8 to 10 buyers? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, 8 to 10 buyers. I said, what if you have 100 people? They all get 8 to 10 buyers? Yeah. And I just walked out the door. I said, that's crazy, right? And I had to ask him one more time. It was crazy because I couldn't, it was hard to, because nobody does that in this industry. And if you've been around, you know, I never heard that before. So I'm so confident now. I say, like, it's every speech I say, every time somebody's about to get the build, or when they do get the build, get the co-op. The co-op's gonna come out, you need to co-op. 8 to 10 buyers, hello. Like, it's guaranteed. That's a no-brainer. Because you got 8 to 10 people that's front-end buyers that's gonna pay $30 each, right? So let's just say, for argument's sake, you get 10, right? You got 10 people, that's $118 that you make, because you make $18 per person. And then if they all upgrade to the year membership, that's $89 per person. That's $890 just on front-end sales, right? They're all gonna be assigned to one of us, one of us, right? One of the coaches. They all have to go through steps 1 through 6. Once they finish step 6, they're all gonna have the opportunity to invest in a builder. If all those people, any one of those 8 to 10 buyers invest in Builder Masterclass, you earn $1,000 on each one. I mean, that's a no-brainer. For every $30 pay member, you have a potential $1,000 coming to you, potentially, that can convert into $1,000. And we do a good job, I'm sure. I mean, we are passionate. You can tell. we are really passionate. Not only that, we have sales calls that we feed off each other and give each other tips. How did you do so many so quickly? You know, what's your strategy this week? What did you do? And we feed off each other, and we just make ourselves better combined. We just become better people to provide better service that makes you a better bank account, right? And that's, I love the co-op. I think that's genius.
Excellent. Anthony, I'm going to force you to say something because just on the heels of what Ricardo was saying, Anthony, I think it was a couple days ago, by himself in one day, helped four people make $1,000. Now, imagine if that was all one person, because it could happen that way. But Anthony himself in one day put 4 people into a $1,000 commission, or at least $4,000 of commission was earned from just his effort alone. All right. Anthony, how do you see this co-op helping people get to benefit like you did? Is it possible that one person could have gotten those 4 commissions?
Is it possible? Definitely. Co-op, I mean, just like it's something David is putting on the table to help the members, right? So he doesn't have to do it, right? There's no money in it for him personally. He's doing it to get momentum in the business. The co-op is just, it's an awesome way to get momentum into your own business. You don't want to hold off from learning marketing strategies and learning day-to-day of generating leads and doing the things that everybody just talked about initially. But definitely a good way to get momentum up and running into the business. I mean, that's my take on it. You caught me off guard because I was looking at the next one. So, but yeah, but I just, again, it's just something, I mean, like Ricardo said, there's no other company out there that allows you to come in to buy the buyers. And again, David's doing it for the members. I mean, he's running the whole thing internally so that everybody can get business in, and it's 100% done for you. You know what I mean? 100%. So just my take.
Awesome. All right. Any of the other coaches want to make a contribution to this conversation? If not, it's cool. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. See any hands going up? Okay, cool. All right, let's wrap up with this question here. It may seem obvious to everybody, but I want to give each coach an opportunity to close out the call by answering this question. Why are you so sold out to Legendary Marketer? All right. What is it? Now, we're all men and women that are entrepreneurs, and you all could really be doing a lot of things, and you all have admitted to doing other things, and now you're here. But what is it that has you so sold out to Legendary Marketer? And I want to give each of you an opportunity, please, to make a contribution. That would pretty much be your closing comment. So answer that, and then you give your closing comment, and then we're going to start wrapping up. Who wants to go first? Anthony wants to go first.
All right, I'll go first. So, I mean, this real talk, just off the cuff, you know what I mean? I like it real. I don't like no BS. I like it real. You know, obviously, I knew of David from way back when, from the other company, from Empower. I was making pretty much $100 to $300 a month for a good 6 to 10 months. I always say I became a professional student. I was learning with no money coming in. Okay, found David's old company. My income kept going up and up and up and up ever since I started following David's teachings. From 2012, 13, something like that. Once I understood how a value ladder works, and then implementing that value ladder in all of marketing, right? So when David had this new company out, and I'll try to keep this short and sweet, I hit him up to be a coach, hit him up. You know, he's got somebody handling his Facebook. That's how much big his Facebook Messenger goes crazy. He can't handle it all, right? So, and I kind of figured that, but I kept hitting him up. He's like, all right, man, what do you want? So finally, you know, I get into the company, talk to him. We only acted like this for business wise. Finally, I get to go to the first event, which was the first sales and marketing event. And I talked to him on here. I talked to him on the phone. And I seen him on stage, man. And when he was the same person he was on stage as he was in the street. And not only that, what blew me away oh my God, my battery's gonna die. What blew me away was the way he connected with people just like this on a one-to-one basis. Like if we're in a room with 10 people, you can connect, not a big deal, right? But when there's a room of 200 people, and you're connecting with this person over here, and he's feeling this lady have an emotion over in this corner, and then connecting with that person, and that person just letting it go, and he truly cared about what that person had to say. I was like, I'm at home. And then, you know, after that, things just grew and grew and grew and grew. And now with this new training and what's laid out in there, you know, there's nobody in the game that is David's, you know, ability and his heart. And that's hands down. So that's the reason why I'm sold out.
Awesome. Well, Coach Anthony, thank you so much for being here, my brother. I appreciate you, man. You can hang to the end if you like, or you're welcome to bounce out. All right, next up, let's see, who wants to go next? I think Bill's raising his hand. Bill, what you got, brother? Why are you so sold out to Legendary, bro?
So with me, man, I tell you, before I started coaching with Dave, I was having some real good success in this space and was coaching with a great company and had some, you know, been able to make some great relationships, but just didn't have much room to grow, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And I too have been following Dave for years, and just, you know, the genuineness that comes off, like people say all the time, you know, what you see from the video is the same person you get in real life. You know what I mean? And that's something very important to me, because being authentic and giving off the true version of yourself and shooting people straight, not bullshitting people. People can smell bullshit from a mile away. At least I can. And I don't want to be, you know, somebody steering me in the wrong direction just for ulterior motives. You know, his motives are pure. You know, we always talk about integrity here. You know, the 4 key principles here at Legendary are, you know, integrity, you know, focusing on the vision, you know, making sure that we focus on the solutions of things, you know, and longevity, you know, and those 4 key principles are extremely important in my life, because this is something that I put myself and my family and everything into this, because I believe in him fully, and I believe in what he's built, and I believe in his heart and his values and what this represents from a long-term perspective. You know, so that's why I'm here. I see long-term growth with this, and I don't picture this going away. I picture little Charlie being a, you know, a legendary marketer one day. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's something that's extremely important to me when it comes to being a part of something. I want to know that the core of that thing that I'm a part of, no matter what it is, business, relationships, it doesn't matter what it is. I want that core value rock solid, and that's what you got here within Legendary Marketer, no doubt about it.
Well said, big bro. Again, thank you for giving me a little bit of your time tonight, giving all of us a little bit of your time. Now I'm grateful for it, bro.
God bless, brother. God bless, brother.
Yep. All right. Who wants to go next? Who wants to go next? I think, okay, Rod, what you got, brother? Why are you so sold out to Legendary?
I think Denise was the first. I'll let you go ahead. Go first. Ladies first, Denise. I saw your hand go up too.
All right, I'll go. What a gentleman. But yeah, one of my main reasons for being here at Legendary, it's funny because I was already a good year, you know, growing as an affiliate full time, and you know, I was growing. But when I saw Dave looking for a setter, so I didn't jump into a coach like Larry always says. I jumped as a setter. So, you know, Dave told me straight up. He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna start you slow and see," because I never worked with Dave. That was the first time I ever spoke with Dave. And, you know, knowing that I'll be able to work side by side as much as I could with him, and it's another level of growth. And I know, you know, being able to learn the skills that Dave teaches us and be work by side with him will take me to another level. So I was willing to start from the bottom. You know, Dave told me, I want your full commitment as a setter for us. And, you know, that was me giving up all these other affiliates out there that I was promoting. So I was willing to do that because I knew the potential of not only the growth, but as I got to learn about Legendary in the community, it was amazing. Something I've never, ever seen before. And that just excited me to be part of a community that everybody cares about every single one of that comes through this, that we actually care and help them. So that was one of the biggest reasons why I stuck around and, you know, became a coach and be able to help everybody, because I've been there. And that was one of my biggest things, is to inspire other people and be able to show them like, hey, you're not the only one. I've been through it. So that was one of my biggest reasons why I'm still here.
Well said, my friend. Denise, thank you so much for giving us some of your time tonight. We're grateful for it, my friend. All right. Rod, you're up to bat, my brother. What you got?
So the reason I love Legendary so much is that I'm so passionate, of course, with the coaching side and the affiliate side as well, doing affiliate marketing full time, that I'm a very big fan on the education side of everything here, as far as what you're learning. At the end of the day, yeah, making money is great, but I'm a big fan of, if I don't know something, I get kind of antsy about it. I want to learn. I want to go out and I'm going to find ways to be able to learn this, whether it's someone knows how to do, or whether it's a new thing. And I always am craving to learn something new every day or improve something I already do every day. So for me, the education side here, what Dave has put together, what Larry's put together with everything extra that Larry does, it's just, you're not, a lot of people get here and they take it for granted. I think sometimes a handful of people will take it for granted, but most people here are very happy with everything. As far as the coaching and the education, but a handful of people will unfortunately take for granted some of the stuff that we have here. And I'll ask, were you able to watch the webinar, or listen to the daily call, or listen to this, or check out this? And it's, well, no. You have to solidify your foundation and really soak up the education. And there's so much here provided that, for me, I love showing this to people. And I love talking to this about people, because I know for a fact, if you embrace it, it is going to help you. That is for a fact. You are going to learn something, and you're going to get better at whatever you do, or the affiliate side of this, whatever you're focusing on. So I'm getting passionate now. I'll sit here and talk all night if Larry don't stop me. But what he's put together, I mean, people take it for granted. And I will sit there all day and I'll tag everybody, like mass tag in the group. Hey, check out the calls. And a lot of people are busy, yes, but they're archived. You got to go check them out. I mean, it is so good what they're putting together, and the analogies that Larry uses, like the fish, feeding the fish, right? So you have so much access to stuff here that I just love being here, because I know that for a fact that everyone's going to learn something. So much love, Larry. Thank you.
Awesome, brother. Good stuff. Okay. Moving down the line. Who's next? Who wants to go next? Let's go, Ricardo. You up to bat, brother.
Yeah, man. So when I was introduced today about 2 years ago, we talked, and he was talking about putting together a call center and stuff like that. And after that, we left it alone, but we kept in touch. The reason I came here, when he put the video up that he was looking for a office manager to train to run a call center, something like that. So I'm listening to the video. He's pointing out everything that he's looking for in a person. I'm sitting there with both of my hands. I'm like, why he didn't call me? He could have just called me. So I reached out to him on Facebook Messenger, and we met up. But the only reason why I came down is to simply work beside him, just to be coached and mentored by him. Just to learn from him, from what he did in the past. I followed him in the past, and I said, man, that takes a special person to do what he has done in the past, and to be starting up another company. And I just want to be a part of that. I just want to be a part of something special. Even though I was doing this on my own with different companies from home, to do it in one place, to find a home with a person that's really, because I work at the corporate office, and when he comes on some of the sales calls, or when we do a one-on-one, when we have lunch together, he really honors you. You feel like you're honored. He puts you, he compliments you, and you don't feel like you're just there to make $1, because it's really not. And to have this system is put together so well that you have an opportunity to change people's lives tremendously, financially and mentally. And I have so many clients that literally cry on the phone because they finally found something amazing, something that works, something that they can hold on to. And to have coaches that they can call on at any given moment, or set an appointment. They can call me at any given moment. I don't care. I tell them 3 o'clock, call me at 3 a.m. I'll be up. Just call me, right? Because I want to help somebody. Because it was done for me years ago. So that's my passion, and I want to be that. I want to represent the brand, Legendary Marketer. I want to represent Dave in a way that reflects his personality, because he wants to help people. He wants to really change lives, and there's no better way to do it through this platform. And it's just amazing that we have the ability to help people achieve a better lifestyle through education in this platform. It's just amazing. And, you know, helping families. I had a lady earlier on my drive back home today crying on the phone. She was literally crying that she was so happy that somebody's going to be there to help her this time around. She's been through every company. She cried. It was crazy. I'm like, listen, you're not alone in this program. I'm here for you. I got you. All right. You can call me anytime. This is my cell phone number. Call me. And she was just grateful, you know, and that you can't buy that. You can't buy that. And to put a program like this together that gives that result, you can't. It's just priceless.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. Very, very well said. And he's right. He does give out a cell, and he does tell people to call him anytime, and he means it. All right, good stuff. Who's up next? Who has to go? Is that Andre? I see your hand go up. Yeah, let's go, Andre. Why are you so sold out to Legendary, bro?
You know, I'll probably get emotional if I start to go off, but I'm gonna try and hold it in because, you know, the reason why I'm sold out completely from the beginning till the end, you know, nonstop since day one, is Legendary has done a lot for me. And Dave Sharp, man, that guy is so real. Like, the first time I met him was he brought me on a webinar, just like this, on a Monday night webinar. He literally just sent me a message, hey, do you want to come on a webinar? And I was like, what? Like, I was sweating, literally. And I was like, so this guy who's making so much money wants me, who has never made $1, to come on a webinar? And I was like, is he for real? So I was like, is this a prank or something? And he was like, no, you know, I'll see you in like 15 minutes. And I was like, all right. So I just jumped on, did the webinar. But, you know, he's such a real person. And it doesn't matter if you are making 5 million or you're making 5 cents. He's going to show everybody the same respect. And that's what I love about him. I used to work at a place where I've never even spoken to the CEO, not even the manager, much less the CEO of a company that will go out of their way to show you gratitude and show that you're a person, you know, and that's what I respect with him, because he's just authentic, he's real, and he wants to see people be the better version of themselves. And that's what I love about David. He will talk with you, he will comfort you. And, you know, if I could, you know, he had duplicate Dave, but if I could duplicate that guy, you know, 1,000,000 times, if we could have like 1,000,000 of him with the same heart and everything about him, like, we would have, like, you know, a better world. That's how I would put it, because he's just real, he's authentic, and he doesn't BS people. And what he creates here at Legendary is to help more people. And that's all we're doing as coaches, is to help you help other people. We're in a people business. It's just like in Amazon. Amazon can't survive without people. eBay can't survive without people. So without people, we are nothing. And what he's created here is just incredible, man. And I'm just happy to be a part of Legendary Marketer, and just to be a part of the team here. And that's what we're here for, is to help as many people out of to financial freedom, because they don't teach this stuff in school. You know, they don't teach these things. You know, I'm not saying school is bad, but majority of the panel here probably been through school, and we know how it is. They tell you, yeah, you know, go to school, get a good job, get a good grade, and just work until that's it. You know, they don't tell you these stuff. There's other ways out there to get to financial freedom. And I'm just happy to be here, man. That's it. I just don't want to go anymore, because I'll get...
All good, brother. Thank you, Andre, for giving us some of your time tonight, brother. Blessed to have you on the team for sure. Who's next? We got a couple more to go. Rosala, let's get it. Why are you so sold out to Legendary Marketer?
So yeah, like, I think I kind of preluded to this a little bit when I said I was doing other things, like, and I was actually very heavy in e-commerce, and that's kind of what caught Dave, you know, that's what I ended up on Dave's radar with, like teaching people about Facebook marketing. And I'm actually getting emotional talking about this, but my warehouse was actually right smack in the middle of Hurricane Harvey. And I lost so much stuff from that. And I kid you guys not, like I literally lost so much stuff from that, like tens of thousands of dollars. But Dave was right there. Dave was right there, and he was there to help me. And I can't even tell you. So I'm here. I came for Dave, but I'm here because of the community, and I'm here because of, like, man, like, that's why it's important to do personal development, because I kid you not, like, when you lose that much in a blink of an eye, it was a hurricane 1, and then out of nowhere it was a 5, and it just, whew, you know? And I'll tell you, like, your personal development, your will to push through. And I asked Dave, I said, Dave, can I be a coach? And he said, yeah, without even thinking about it. And it's such a blessing to be a part of such an amazing company. So, you know, that's why we say, like, hashtag legendary love. And that's why, like, we all talk about Dave, because, you know, he exudes what type of people, you know, the company is and what type of people we want to become. Because I know for a fact, like, I got so much growing to do. And, you know, it's a tough journey. I'm still coming out of that. But, you know, Legendary has been there for me. And that's why I'm sold out on Legendary. And it's going to be legendary for life for me.
All right, Rosala, Queen Rosala, thank you so much for your.
You're gonna make me cry, Rosala.
Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your testimony. It's awesome. We're grateful to have you on the team, my friend. Truly blessed to have you. Who's left? Andrew's left. What you got? Why you sold? Now Andrew's newer, so I'd love to hear why you now are sold out to Legendary. Let's get it.
Well, I think for me, I've been associated with a few other companies, and I found value everywhere I've been. Anywhere I'm at, and I don't care the situation, I'm able to find some value and learn and grow. And a lot of times people are quick to throw up their hands, but they, you know, I gained a lot from everything that I've done over the course of the last few years. And one of the most important things to me that I learned as an affiliate and as a coach in marketing and business is learning how to play the game. If you learn the fundamentals and you get good at the fundamentals, then you can succeed wherever you go. And so when I came to Legendary, and I came because of Mr. Soul Traveler, because of Bill, and he and I, you know, have known each other for a while, and he was sold out in a big way before. And so we would talk, and then when the opportunity came up and I came over, and then I looked at, and I keep going back to this later, but like I went to the content, because that's huge for me. Like if I'm going to be talking about something, I want to know that there's value there, and that not just I see it, but that someone else can see it. And so looking at what Dave teaches and what's in there, and you know, there's just so much more meat on the bone than what so many other programs on the market give. And you can, whether you're in at that Marketers Club level, you paid $30, or you're in at the top lifestyle level for us, there's value every single step of the way. And there's no lack in that value. So that, coupled with an opportunity, you know, I got a weekend, I got a one-on-one talk with Dave, and yeah, I had been kind of like Andre was saying, I'd been at a lot of places, and they don't, most guys that run a business like that, they just don't connect as well with their affiliates and with coaches and with their employees. And he does that, and he goes out of the way, and it comes through in what he teaches, and then what he continually delivers through the content that's put out, through what you put out, through putting the right people in the place to carry that forward. You know, and all of us kind of have our own stories. And mine, you know, 4.5 years ago, August 25th is my birthday. I woke up in the backseat of my car, not really knowing where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I'd gone from having a business and being successful in different things, and went through a huge upheaval in my life. And so one of the reasons that I coach is because I know what I was able to come out of. And through that process, I grew as an individual. And so being able to do that somewhere where it aligns with what I want to bring across to people and give them an opportunity to pull out, no matter where they're at. And I think throughout this and everything else, and Legendary is great at doing it, but here's the education: go succeed wherever you want. And if you hear anything from any of us coaches, you know, on any of these calls, understand that the mindset is huge, but you're worth it and you can do it and you can learn it. I don't care if you're 18 or you're 87 or if you've got a doctorate or if you dropped out of high school and you haven't done this ever. If you know why you want to do it and you're willing to believe in yourself and you're willing to work with us, you can learn how to do it and you can learn to succeed. And I think, David's story mimics very, very closely my mentor, the guy that got me into this business, very closely. And you can overcome anything. You can do it, and you can become your own legendary marketer and succeed wherever you want in life if you're willing to put in the work. And we've got the products that'll help you get there. And I love that about what we've got here. So I got no problem talking to people about the value of what we've got and saying, yeah, you absolutely should step up to the plate and make a decision in your life. So that's why I'm sold out.
Hey, man, awesome. Good stuff. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I think that is all the coaches, if I'm not mistaken. Have I missed anybody? No? Awesome. Well, from me to you, much love to all the coaches. Thank you all. It's a pleasure and an honor to work with all of you. And you continue to help me grow as a mentor, as a coach, as a staff member here at Legendary, and really just somebody just like you that wants people to freaking win, man. Let's get it. Life's too short, man. I wake up every morning just on my back laying and just thanking God for just the little things. Sometimes we get in the hustle and bustle and we want to grind and get and grab and accumulate and capitalize on. But at the end of the day, man, some of the most valuable things we already have. And relationships is one of those things. And I honor each one of you for the relationships that I'm forming with each of you. And those of you watching tonight, you're dealing with people who are real. And we all have a story. We want your story to be known. But in order for that to be true, you got to get to work. You got to stay the course. And you got to persevere. And when it gets hard, you got to remember Rosala's tears. You got to remember Andrew's back of the car. You got to remember the soul brother Bill and his positive energy. You got to remember Anthony and Andre coming from where he came from another country, from Denise and me and Rob, all of us, Ricardo, all of us have a story and we represent you. If you look at us, you're looking at yourself. You all can relate to one of us some way, somehow. On that relatability and on these stories, I want you to go forth in victory. This training is a wrap. We'll see you tomorrow morning at the latest. Wake Up Legendary, dial in for our 15-minute call. God bless everybody. This call's a wrap. Tell people what you got from this call and why they can't miss another one. The replay is up as soon as we're done with this, and we'll see you soon. God bless.